guys, it's Mimi, and today I will show you how I built this romantic cottagecore house for Valentine's Day with a greenhouse, a cute little garden area, a small apiary that's fully functional, and of course, you know me, lots of flowers. So if you are down for some cottagecore inspiration, keep on watching and let's get into it. Welcome back to my cozy little corner of the internet. If you'd like to build along, you can slow down the video in the settings. You can also just relax and hang out with me. For those of you who don't know, the main resource pack that I'm using is called Mizuno 16 Craft, and it is perfect for creating aesthetic, romantic cottages. It adds several new textures, some hidden in various double slabs, which for any Minecraft builder is like a dream come true. And as always, all shaders, mods, and resource packs that I used in this video are going to be listed in the description below. If you need any help, don't hesitate to ask, whether it's in the comments or in the DMs on my Instagram. As you already know, today's house's main inspiration was Valentine's Day. I wanted to create something romantic and light, a house where I can imagine hanging out with my significant other. But I also took a lot of inspiration from English architecture. I feel like it's always so idyllic and cottagecore. Last spring, during my first trip to England, everything I've seen was absolutely beautiful. Cherry blossoms and wisteria everywhere, and every single corner was filled with greenery. I visited Leicester and London, and I took so many pictures of English houses, cottages, gardens, and even pubs. And let me tell you, if you haven't been to the UK, pubs are so aesthetic there. Speaking of English architecture, I obviously had to add a bay window, as it is my ultimate solution to an empty wall. But on top of that, it always makes the house look so dreamy and detailed. In English architecture, you can also see brick being used a ton, and I myself am a huge brick lover, so naturally, out of all available blocks, brick is actually my favorite. That's why I definitely wanted to incorporate it in the build, as it is something I really love. And guys, we are talking about a Valentine's Day house, so obviously it has to be made out of my favorite blocks. So, I decided that the bright, warm texture of the brick block on the roof will become the focal point of the house. But I had to balance it out, so I chose light-colored materials to avoid making it look too urban. On my last stream, we talked a lot about hating roofs. I decided that I'm going to boycott the roofs and started a hashtag no roof movement, but when I was building this house, I felt like it's high time for me to fight against my urges to create low effort roofs and try a bit harder, come up with a new design. So that's exactly what I did, and I am super proud of this roof. I feel like I really leveled up my roof game this time, and maybe all I needed was that extra push. I don't know, do you hate balloon roofs as much as I do? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, I did something totally different. I used smooth quartz slabs and stairs to frame the roof, and then I used brick stairs to fill the gaps. But then right at the rooftop, I made a little twist. I went with the regular brick blocks and built a wall that will give the roof its unusual and sort of fairy tale-like shape. I don't really know if I've seen someone come up with that particular design before, to be honest, so I am really proud of myself, and it looks really good, especially on small cottages. I could totally imagine a small town or a village filled up with cute little houses, and all of them with that particular roof design. Originally, when I was building this cottage, it was way smaller, but I wanted to make it survival friendly. So naturally, I had to expand the roof size as well, and this is the previous version for a reference. Doesn't it look super cute? What do you think? If you like this house and you'd like to add it to your own survival or creative world, I have some good news for you. I have just started my Patreon. And there will be a bunch of helpful, free resources for you to download, such as the house layout, materials list, the building schematic for the Lightmatica mod that allows you to place the copy of this house in your very own world with one click. And of course, as promised, the World Download. If you'd like to gain access to more exclusive World downloads and resources, you can consider a paid subscription to my Patreon. By subscribing, you will help me a lot, so if you like what I do, more support equals more videos and more content. But of course, this is just one way to support me. Another way is, of course, to like this video and subscribe to my channel, both of which are completely free. Now, here comes my favorite part, which is decorating the house with CIT resource packs. And if you haven't seen my first video about my favorite CIT resource packs, I'll have it linked up so that you can check it out later. I feel like at this stage, the house always comes to life, and soon as I will add more and more greenery, it's going to become my little paradise. And of course, in an English manner, I also added a ton of flowers and leaves using moss instead of the dirt block so that the sides would look more aesthetically pleasing. Another thing that I often add to my builds, as you can see, is either a sunroom or a greenhouse. I feel like it's the best part of the house, and it is a dream of mine to one day have a house with a beautiful sunroom where I can have my plants flourish and bathe in the sun. Now that I am moving out soon, I often find myself drifting away into these thoughts about what kind of house I can see myself getting old in. And a sunroom is a must, you guys. I love the sun so much, and now when it's winter, I rarely leave the house if it's not me going to work, of course, because I just can't stand the cold and cloudy weather. So I finally began to work on the garden area, and you should already know that I love gardens, and in a romantic English style cottage, a beautiful luscious garden is inevitable. So the simple technique that I am using is to take coarse dirt first and use it as a base for the flower beds. Then I use tall flowers as the background, and I fill the space with a bunch of leaves. Then, as a finishing touch, I add smaller flowers at the front. You will also see that I made a custom swing as well as a custom lattice that I used to decorate the entry. On top of that, for a while now, another must-have addition to all my gardens has been an apiary that you will see later. And it is going to be fully functional because underneath the custom texture beehives, I have a Minecraft campfire beehive setup so that you can easily collect your honey with no hassle. Also today I wanted to wish you a happy Valentine's Day, and we always wish a happy birthday, happy holidays, and happy Valentine's Day, but saying so, we rarely do it like we mean it. We don't really wonder if afterward someone really felt happy at that time. I really do hope that you are spending this day with someone special, whether it's a significant other, a friend, or a family member. I know that some of you might have just gone through a tough time, maybe a breakup. So I just wanted you to know that I am sending you all my love and I am here for you. Also, it gets better. We all know that Valentine's Day is usually focused on celebrating your partner, but today I wanted you to focus on someone who maybe you don't think that often about. I want you to celebrate yourself. I want you to treat yourself and pick up some of your favorite activities. Eat your favorite food, get a cup of hot tea or coffee, or maybe grab yourself a nice boba. Maybe do a home spa, put on a face mask, meditate, relax, and be thankful and grateful for yourself. And with that said, I will just let you enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I will see you next time.